Trades, and I have built my very first city life house for The Sims 4. I built this house on the residential lot. I think it's called the Old Salt Flat or something. It's kind of like a loft feel before. I demolished it and I wanted to build an urban oasis. So I basically wanted to build a home in a bustling city, and I also wanted to model it like city homes are built where I live now in Massachusetts. It's kind of I don't know, colonial, but it has a very distinct look, and hopefully I have accomplished that. So this house ends up being 2 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms, and it's on the gallery. You can find it by searching hashtag #SheriVolTrades, or my username again is #SheriVolTrades, my origin username. And I had a lot of fun doing this. This build uses only base game and city living, because I wanted to focus exclusively on the city living expansion pack stuff, and I love it. It's so diverse. They gave us so much more artwork. I feel like I was always using the same 4 or 5 pieces of artwork, but now it's a bit different. So right now I'm just going through the house and laying out the floor plan, and I apologize if I stop talking at any point during this build and during the game, or during this recording, I should say. See, I'm already losing my thought here. I am watching the presidential race, or election night returns on YouTube, actually, and I am distracted. So I want to make sure that my candidate does well, of course, and that obviously I want my candidate to win, but if my candidate doesn't win, then I will reconcile that later. It's really annoying, actually, because my boyfriend and I are going for different candidates, which has been incredibly annoying over the last 6 months. So needless to say, I am very glad that this will soon be over, and hopefully it'll go my way. So the kitchen space is pretty small, but I really like the way it turned out, and I like the way this whole place turned out. I think it turned out pretty cool. If this was a condo, so I lived in a condo when I first moved out here that was probably 2 or 3 times as big. I mean, the overall building was 2 or 3 times as big as this, and it had 5 different condos in it. And it was basically an old converted house that somebody bought, and then they renovated it into condos, and that's pretty common here, because we are running out of housing in Massachusetts. I shouldn't say that. We're running out of houses, right? So we have plenty of apartments, and it's actually really annoying because builders are building luxury apartments. So not even just in Boston, in areas outside too, like this neighborhood called Jamaica Plain, Watertown, even like places you wouldn't, like Framingham, Everett, like all these places you wouldn't really think of, that previously like they were affordable housing for families, and now anyway, so that's just a whole nother thing. So I just used a lot of color in this build because I feel like the expansion pack, was full of color, and I love every single piece of color that came in this game because it's really cool, because I feel like you can coordinate so much better, and I definitely love the Moroccan theme they have going on. So I really like this stuff pack. I didn't want to use everything and have the couches and a love seat and all that, but I did use a lot of pieces, and I blended it with what we already have. The rugs are also amazing. I mean, I can talk about how amazing this stuff is for a very long time. So it's pretty awesome. I apologize if you could hear the background YouTube, but I kind of want to like pause and listen to every few seconds. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I love that rug. That rug is so awesome. As I said, like everything in the stuff pack is pretty awesome. So you'll probably hear me say that quite a bit during this build. So maybe I should stop saying it. I love this expansion pack. The gameplay is pretty awesome. Although I was doing I have a couple families or a couple saved games in City Living. And one of my careers, I chose social media, and I'm having kind of a challenge getting followers. And all of a sudden, for one of the promotions, you have to have something like 10,000 followers. So that's pretty crazy. I should stop saying And the other thing is that in my other game, I'm a politician, which I think is kind of cool. Like, that would be a really cool let's play. A politician, not a corrupt politician, just a immoral politician. So a politician who, gets married, finds love, has kids, like does the political thing, but then he realizes he's not happy and starts having an affair, and that, just how it turns out. So that would be pretty interesting. I said, oh my gosh. Okay, so I love those curtain dividers. I wasn't sure if I wanted to add them in, but I definitely wanted to put them somewhere in the house, and I thought that was a pretty awesome place. And I think this build is also, you could find it also in, oh my gosh, what state is that? In Pennsylvania, because I've been to Pennsylvania too. And so Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, maybe, I'm not sure. Probably New Hampshire. So basically, maybe the New England and Pennsylvania, because Pennsylvania is not part of New England. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, I'm pretty sure you can hear like the background noise. Sorry. It's election night. It's very important to cast your votes and to support American democracy and do your part. And it's not even just the presidential elections. It's also the Senate races, the House races, and not just national races. There's also state races and local races. So there's a lot of things that, are just being decided tonight. Although, when I went to vote today, so I walked to my polling place, and I'd heard on the radio this morning that, there was long lines, and I don't live in, like, Boston proper, so I wasn't sure how it would be, because this is my first time voting in Massachusetts. I'm used to voting in California, and there's never been a line when I voted in California, so, like, I was really scared. So, I had made sure that my cell phone was fully charged, so I could play games in line, or, check, like, text people while I was in line, and then when I got to the poll, like, nobody, like, it took the ballot box that you scan the ballot into after you voted was full, so the lady had to like go and like push down some of the ballots because it got jammed. But that was the only, hiccup in the whole voting process. So let's see, what else? Oh, so one of my friends in Pennsylvania normally supports a third-party candidate, always has, well, not always, but normally supports a third-party candidate, registered as a third-party voter, so, and has been for as long as I've known the person, for 7 years now. So it's pretty committed to third-party. This year they did not vote third-party, they voted for one of the actual candidates, because Pennsylvania is a swing state. So I guess we kind of compromised. Well, not really, but so I asked the person to vote for the candidate, saying, well, I was talking to the person, I didn't influence the person, but they asked me to vote third party in my state, not for the presidential election, but down ballot. Well, there was no down ballot. There was no down ballot. There was no down ballot third party candidates. In fact, most down ballot votes, with the exception of one, were uncontested. It was just the incumbent, and I was like, oh man, that's like, why even bother voting at that point? It's I mean, for the down ballot party candidates, because I could have just wrote in somebody else, but that was pretty crazy. I didn't know that there were so many uncontested races in Massachusetts, or in my district, so that's kind of interesting. Let's see. So, oh, this bedroom is very Moroccan eclectic, I would say, very colorful. And I was able to use a green on the walls that I've never been able to really use before, because I'm pretty sure I've said this before. The green, the green walls in The Sims aren't that great. In fact, they're really, really annoying. Just they're either like too light or too dark, or like have too much blue in them. So it's kind of annoying, but oh, the artwork, amazing. Oh, I should stop talking about it. Let's see. Okay, I can turn this down. I'm going to turn my YouTube down a little bit on my tablet. There's not really like a barely audible. It's just a barely, and I don't think there's closed captions because they're not going to pay someone to do that live time on YouTube. Oh well. All right, so let's go back to the build. So I wanted a room divider, kind of, for like the sitting area, because that was just an odd space in the in the bedroom there, in the master bedroom. But I ended up making it kind of a little dressing area. So there's the mirror, and then they can look out, and I thought it would be really cool to see the reflection of the city center. And I think this is Spice Market, or maybe Fashion District. I think it's Spice Market. I'm not super familiar with the neighborhoods yet in city living. Also, I haven't been playing The Sims as much recently because I bought a PlayStation 4. No, I already had a PlayStation 4. I bought a PlayStation VR, and that is so cool. It's really fun. I've just been playing. I have Music VR from Harmonix, and I've also been playing. I haven't tried that, but I've also been playing. Like the game that came with the pack, and I'm enjoying it. So I get home and I say, okay, I'm gonna play for 30 minutes, and then I make dinner, and then, well, tonight I went and voted. And yeah, also other news, I've had a lot of extra time on the weeknights, and I wanted to find something productive to do with my time and not just play The Sims, because all of The Sims is awesome. I don't want to sit here and play The Sims all day. I mean, it would be awesome if I could, but I can't. And sometimes I get kind of, I don't know how to describe it. I guess I get kind of fatigued on The Sims if I play a long time, and because I stare at a computer screen all day at work, and actually too, but then I come home and I don't want to necessarily stare at a computer screen all day again. So that is why that's why I wanted to do something kind of productive with my time. So I found a part-time seasonal job at a retail store in Massachusetts, and it was so easy. I've never worked in a retail job before, so if I don't like it, I can quit. But I thought, okay, I think that I think that working in a retail would be kind of cool, just a new experience, and plus I get discounts, and I shop there anyway, so why wouldn't I do it? And also, it's not that many hours per week, and it's extra cash, and I don't need the money, but it's always nice to have more money to spend discretionarily, so I can buy more video games and have fun. So yeah. Also, there was a break in the post. There was a break in my posting videos because I was in California for a baby shower last week, so I didn't have a great deal of time to play The Sims because I was busy hanging out with my family and seeing my friends. So that was pretty cool. Oh my gosh! But my flight from San Francisco got into Boston. It left at 9:33. Was it a little bit late? Yeah, I think it was a little. Oh, I can't remember. Well, probably because I was so tired. So it left California at 9:33. That was its scheduled time. And was supposed to get into Boston at 6:02 a.m. Oh my gosh. So I thought, okay, like I'll fly and then I'll go to work. That was such a huge mistake. I was so tired. I really thought I was going to get fired for the stuff, like the unfiltered stuff that was coming out of my mouth, just because I was so tired and kind of being rude to my coworkers. But I explained that I was tired and that I was being rude. And I left like 30 or 40 minutes early. Then I came home and I slept. I took a glorious nap, but then I woke up kind of groggy with a headache, and then I couldn't go back to sleep until 2 that morning. So it didn't all work out as planned, but it was still an experience. And I'm really glad I got to go and see my family, because I haven't seen them since February. Right. So I moved out to Massachusetts by myself in 2014 for work. I got transferred out here, and it was a great opportunity, so I decided to take it without knowing anyone. And I know other people do it. I met a couple people that have done it. I become friends with a couple people that have done it, because when you don't know anybody, you kind of bond with people who also don't know anybody. So it was an experience, and I'm really glad I did it, and I'm glad for the opportunities I've had. And also, next week at work, I'm taking a course to be able to watch or to be able to produce content, like e-learning content, which is what I've wanted to do for 2 years now. So I'm pretty excited that that's working out. Yeah, so that's just a little side bit about me. I should really talk about the build more. So the outside, this is a really big lot for the small house that I've built. So as I said, it's only 2 bedrooms, and they're not particularly large bedrooms. So I added a pool and minimal landscaping just to make it look like it was kind of an unkempt area on the outside. And this would be a working couple with that's planning to have 1 kid or maybe 2 kids. But yeah, definitely loves the city, doesn't want to leave the city, and just wants to enjoy everything the city has to offer. I haven't even played in another game save since in another neighborhood since City Living came out. So I'm pretty sure this happens because you still get invited out on dates and stuff. And that was base game. So if you get invited out to festivals in the base game, or in Willow Creek, because that'd be kind of cool. Like, obviously they don't have festivals in Willow Creek, but you get invited to the city. So you can have a whole suburban neighborhood, and you can totally theme. I'm sure people have done this. Totally build Willow Creek as old Parisian theme, and then maybe maybe Oasis Springs could be Las Vegas. That would be really cool. Yeah, interesting. I mean, I don't have the skill or the knowledge to be able to pull that off, but yeah, that would be kind of cool. And I'm really excited to see what The Sims 4 comes out with next. They released that stuff pack, or that oh my gosh, teaser trailer. So yeah, it'll be really cool. Looks like there's a mid-century modern stuff pack coming out, which would excite me to no end, because that's my favorite decor. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and move into the screenshots. Well, everyone, amgoy, shasha, gamang, kamsamida, gracias, obrigado, grati, merci, danka, toda. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.